Russia's security service says 8 people have been arrested over an explosion that damaged the Kerch bridge to Crimea last week. 5 Russians and 3 Ukrainians and Armenian citizens have been detained.
Well, very little has been revealed aside from that basic line about the number of people arrested and their nationalities. Even those 3 who are from Ukraine and the other country, Armenia, no details about how many of them are Ukrainian, how many Armenian.
Like 55 bodies were found already, but the work continues. These bodies are local civilians and our defenders, armed forces servicemen. The causes of deaths will be determined by court medical experts. Preliminary results on the cause of death, explosive and projectile injuries, bullet injuries. We also don't exclude torture, especially among the civilian victims.
Now, US President Joe Biden has vowed consequences to Saudi Arabia after last week the OPEC Plus led by Riyadh announced that it would cut oil production despite Washington's strong objections. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that Biden believes it's time to take another look at this relationship and to make sure that it is serving the national security interests of the United States. The development comes a day after Senator Bob Menendez said that the United States must immediately freeze all aspects of U.S. cooperation with Saudi Arabia, including the sale of arms. On Tuesday, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal and California Representative also introduced legislation that would immediately pause all U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia for 1 year.
This is another indication that tensions are escalating between Tehran and Europe, as now a number of French citizens are seemingly entangled in what has been a messy crisis here in Iran, where we've had more than 3 weeks of anti-government protest and, of course, the violent government crackdown. French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna condemning Iran for detaining 5 French citizens, according to her. Colonna demanding their release. It's not clear how many of these individuals were arrested during the protest.
The Tunisian Navy announced the rescue of 194 illegal migrants intercepted at sea while crossing the Mediterranean, heading to Europe. According to Tuesday's announcement, the rescue involved 9 different operations over 2 days. Most migrants are Tunisian and 76 originated from sub-Saharan African countries, including 42 women and 8 children. On Monday, 8 bodies of migrants, probably Tunisians who had been missing for a fortnight, were recovered from the sea off southeast Tunisia, according to the local Red Crescent.
Tonight, the torrential rain continues after Hurricane Julia left a trail of destruction across Central America. Over the weekend, the Category 1 storm crashing into the coast of Nicaragua, then causing life-threatening flash floods and mudslides across the region. Families trapped in their homes, children clinging for their lives, rescued from the neck-deep water and heavy currents. Strong winds and raging currents have destroyed bridges, and the death toll growing by the day. At least 28 people have been confirmed dead, including 14 in Guatemala and 9 in El Salvador.
Now, Saudi Arabia has made a historic decision in favor of women.
They no longer need a male guardian to accompany female believers for attending the Hajj and Umrah pilgrimages. Riyadh said that the new rule would apply to pilgrims around the world. Saudi's Minister of Hajj and Umrah said that a woman can now come to the kingdom to perform the Umrah without a guardian, adding that Muslims who come to the kingdom on any visa can perform Umrah.
Five medical staff members that contracted Ebola from treating the first confirmed case in Uganda in September have recovered and been discharged from an isolation unit in Entebbe. The first cases were reported in Mubende district in the center of the country before the epidemic, confirmed by the authorities on September 20, spread to the neighboring districts. Uganda's health ministry on Tuesday reported an Ebola patient to have died at a hospital in the capital, Kampala, the first there in the current outbreak.
Extraordinary images from a mission like no other, as NASA's DART spacecraft closed in on an asteroid 7 million miles away from the Earth. Its aim? To knock the space rock off course by smashing into it.
One.
Oh, wow. Now, at a NASA press conference, the mission team has confirmed that it's worked.
And so today, NASA confirms that DART successfully changed the targeted asteroid's trajectory.